I'm just starting the recording now, and it is so good to see you. And thank you, Maggie, for setting this up. It looks beautiful. Um,
She hears you. Yeah,
good,
no,
good.
no problem.
Um, I appreciate it. And today is July 27th, 2026, and it's been quite a while since Eunice and I have been able to chat like this. So I'm really grateful, Eunice, that you were up for doing this, and you look really good. You do. I don't know how you're feeling, but maybe you can tell me how you're feeling.
I sent you a poem,
I saw that. Do you
and
want to
so
talk
that
about it?
no, that I just know that that sort of says a lot of things in a poetic way.
Well, what I can do is I can cut and paste that poem and share it with the people who are going to hear this so that they know what you're referring to. But excuse me, I read it pretty quickly because I was getting ready to send you the link. And my sense of it was that you were asking that the prayer that you would be praying today would be just the right prayer for you today. Is that right?
Yeah, that puts it together succinctly. I'm not in charge of my own prayers.
Oh, that's kind of nice. That's, that's an interesting phenomenon, Eunice. I recently went to see some family in Florida. And when I was on my way down, flying from Pennsylvania, I really didn't know what to expect. I was staying with one of my nieces, and normally I stay with her mother when I'm down there. But I wanted to be in her family and get a sense of what their life is like. She has a 10-year-old and an 8-year-old and a husband. And when I was flying down, ordinarily I start thinking about, all right, well, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to do this. And then I thought, you know what? Why don't you just let it unfold?
Oh, unfold. Yeah, that's the right verb. It unfolds.
And it could not have been better if I had orchestrated it. In fact, I wouldn't have known to orchestrate it the way it unfolded, with the 8-year-old teaching me how to play chess, with me driving them to a newly opened grocery store that they were so excited to go to. Um, with getting to see my niece, who is an attorney for legal aid, um, do handle a matter in court, just things that
Amazing.
were
Yeah,
not on my
thriving.
radar screen. And so when you said, I don't, what were your words? Not that you don't, oh yeah, I don't know what to pray for. Is that what you said?
It's in the poem. I know not how to pray or what to say. I only know my need as deep as life, and only you can help me pray. I
It's
had
a,
to give up being able to pray the right thing.
yeah.
We're together on that.
I like that because every morning I say prayers before I get out of bed. And even this morning, I thought to myself, maybe you should change this up a little bit. I've been doing it for years and years, the same. It's essentially a litany of the people who are dearest in my heart. And you're often in that lineup. And so it is like in the Mass, there's after the consecration, there's often a litany of people
Right.
that saints, and then they often add and add whoever is in your heart, which I do. But I thought, maybe I should do something a little different because I find I'm almost doing it by rote. I still think it's good, but So I like this idea of I know not what to pray. And maybe just start there and see what comes up.
Yeah, you can pray that little song. It's 3 verses. It says everything that you and I need.
Yeah, yeah. It's wonderful. It's really wonderful. And then wait for the unfolding to happen. I'm trying to practice that now pretty much every day. Like, don't,
The word wait is very important. Remember, it has two spellings. The
yes,
other spelling makes the waiting of Weight. It's hard to wait.
yeah,
It's like a burden because we're used to going right at it.
yes,
Yeah, when we have ideas, hopes,
yeah, yeah.
imaginations,
Mm-hmm.
and questions and things that we don't expect that might be there waiting.
Yes, yes, I like that. Um, I don't know whether it's still on your mind, but you said something when we were scheduling this call today about how you are feeling shy. And do you remember writing that to me?
No, but it rubs the right way.
Okay.
It feels familiar.
And you said you thought it had to do with humility.
Yeah, it's exactly that. That's what I was just saying. It means humility. I don't know. And that's
Mm,
why that poem I sent you, we know not what to say.
yeah.
I
And
only know my need as deep as life, and only you can teach me how to pray. It's a, yeah, it's what we both you and I need. Pause
yeah, yeah. And
and interesting.
pause has two spellings as well.
Yeah, pussycat.
Pussycat, dog, lion, they all have paws. And then the other pause. And you're always so good with language and hearing. I think that was maybe something you learned from Don, but I don't know.
No, it's both of us did it in our special ways. Because you just said something a moment ago about mining something, and you used the word mine, but I heard it as your exploration of something that's underneath. That's
Mm,
like you need to mine it, and then it becomes mine.
hmm. Okay.
Words are powerful.
They are. Yeah, they are. I'm interested when you're reciting that song or that poem this morning, and does it surprise you that you do not know what words to use?
Yes and no,
Okay.
because words are my mode
Yes,
of expression. I love words. Yeah.
I know you do. That's why I'm asking you. There's a phrase in a song that Judy Collins wrote for Bob Dylan,
Yeah.
and she's basically kind of reading him the riot act because he was not very good to her. And this is a beautiful song called Diamonds and Rust. It's one of my favorite songs. And she writes, "You who are so good with words."
Oh boy.
Yeah. And basically he's telling her he doesn't know what to say, and she's basically saying, "Really? You who are so good with words?" So he had that moment too. I don't think it lasted that long, but he had that moment of not knowing. But so you just said yes and no, that you're surprised and not surprised. And the reason I asked you is that I know what words have meant to you over your life.
Yes.
So, what surprises you and what doesn't surprise you?
Well, the word, what I discovered recently in a new way was the first word in the Gospel of John. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God.
Mm,
I can write on that one for a long time before it it has filled my life in the past month with words.
hmm,
Yeah, and a lot of them are scripture. The scriptures are written really poetically in such a they can be taken apart in so many ways, and people have studied that and examined it who have sort of an ability with words, and it's changed the way I receive anything now.
hmm. Can you say a little more about that? What you mean? That it's changed how you receive things?
No,
Okay. You just
nothing
know.
comes to mind right now. And
Okay.
I want to be careful with words that I don't use them to fill the space.
Wow.
Yeah, the silence. Be still and know. That was on my wall when you used to come. It was up there. Somebody took it. Be still and know.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And what was the other? Um, Something about her, about taking your time. There is not much time or something.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
What
there's
was it?
not much time. Yeah, that's right.
It was like basically slow down because we don't have that much time.
Right.
It
Yeah,
was that paradox.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah,
I can't remember who said that, but that's a famous one. Yeah.
yes, yes. Um, well, I do really appreciate what you just said about, and I so appreciate the honesty. So I can ask you a question, which is a follow-on to something we're talking about. And I ask you, can you say more? And you say, no, no, not right now. And how many people admit that to themselves or to the person they're communicating with? It's precious.
I'm thinking of the three words in John 14 that Jesus said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. And then suddenly I realized I am the way. And my way of learning a lot, it has to do with words. I
Hmm.
am the way. But the second one, I am the truth. What about the truth? And I'm learning the truth about me. The very, and this is important and basic. The best things about me are linked to the worst things about me. And that's a teaching of the Enneagram. Your greatest gift is also your greatest hazard. And for me, it's quickness,
Hmm.
being pretty quick with my words. And then the third one, I am the way, the truth, and the life. Yeah. And I'm just at the point of welcoming the end of life,
Hmm.
physical life.
Right. Hmm.
But that the way I hold that has totally gone upside down because I just wanted to die because I'm in pain a lot.
Hmm.
I'm pretty helpless, and I don't think it's well understood a lot of times. But
Huh.
um, then I thought, well, to want to die just to get rid of the pain is sort of childlike. It's what I It's the child in me. I don't want to hurt. Oh, let me die. And that's a cheap way of viewing what's ahead of me because that view has expanded to more than just the way people say go to heaven. That's too small, it's too simplistic. It's more than that. It's becoming, I don't have an end of the sentence. It's becoming that God is identified with us, and to what extent will we somehow enter into
Hmm.
the third heaven as they talk about it sometimes. It's not just go to heaven and be forgiven and get in, or and suffering is over. It's more than that. It's expanding into who we're meant to be.
Hmm.
I don't have words yet. I may never have words.
Hmm. But you're pointing to something.
Yes.
That's how I hear what you're saying, is turning the focus at something without really knowing how to talk about it other than what you've already said.
And it's like my husband, he said his favorite Chinese philosopher was Tai Ming. And so it's, to me, the the quest of my life is to be subservient and surrendered to God's timing.
Hmm.
I want I do welcome being I welcome the next. I'm inhabiting eternity now. I'm just at another place in it where I'm too surrounded by limits.
Hmm. Are you talking about your own limits or the limits where you're actually living, or both?
Both.
Yeah. Yeah. But so what I hear when I hear you talk, Eunice, which is always um, illuminating for me, is that you challenge yourself. Like you said, well, isn't this kind of childish of me not to want to be in pain? And I think, well, I don't know that any of us welcome pain. So, but I hear you and you're saying, hey, grow up, live with a little pain. So, um, your words, your attitude, your approach are things that will stay with me. They do stay with me. And it's one of the reasons I so value the opportunity to talk to you.
Yeah, the hazard maybe both of us have is that we receive a lot of approbation. That has been my case in a lot of my life. And so it's easy to rest on that. And yeah, I don't know. Truth is mysteriously complex and hidden.
Well, I guess I have a question, which is what's so bad about being affirmed?
I know how to get it, so I look for ways to get it.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
I'm no dummy.
so in other words, if you manipulate to get it.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Okay.
If
Okay.
that's the thing I want, instead of being who
Yes.
I am, telling
Okay.
the truth, it's the way,
So,
the truth.
so affirmation freely given is okay, but if you're dancing around in order to get it, then you would prefer to stop doing that.
I would prefer being able to know that God is forgiving me, that in the midst of my gift and its hazard,
Mm,
that he knows who he made, and I wouldn't be who I am getting the affirmation unless I also had this other side of seeing the folly
hmm.
behind my supposed wisdom and truth.
So in some ways, my saying that I value what I hear from you feeds into
You got
this
it. You
notion.
got it. And I trust you then that you know that even when you do it.
Um,
Yeah.
so I can see why this is tricky for you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
see.
it's not accidental that we're in conversation about this very basic stuff. It's not accidental.
Yes, well, I think I need to reflect on that in terms of, where I am on the, seeking affirmation. Yeah. So, yeah, you
And
had you
it's
have a way
married,
of turning the tables, Eunice.
it's married to the part of you that got such joy out of your visit, the things you told me about those little people, that as younger ones, I guess.
Yeah,
You took that in. It enhanced their experience. You enlarged it for them.
I think so.
That's
And
what you do.
it was reciprocal. It was beautiful.
Now
It was
you've got
beautiful.
the right word, reciprocal.
Yeah.
And that's between you and I and God as well.
Mm,
He gives and he takes and he shows us and he loves us and understands.
mm. Well, I want to stop the recording now just because I think there's a lot in what we have already said. And I know I want to reflect on what you said and what I heard. And so I appreciate that. And I will take away this whole idea of seeking affirmation.
We are sisters.